Hello everyone, it's me, Susa from Magdeburg, Germany. And after a long time no see, there is finally another kiln opening video I have for you today. But without seeing my face, because I had a bike accident and I smashed my head on a concrete floor, and yeah, it needs time to heal. But in between, I had so many different mugs and plates out of my kiln, and I want to use the time today to show you some things I made. And I hope you will enjoy even without seeing my beautiful smile today. But I promise, as soon as I'm back in normal shape, you will see me again. So here are some of my plates. I glazed, and I always use the rest of clay to make those little, I think you call it trinket dishes. And I use those little plates to also stamp some words. It says, "Your time is now." And I tried different glazes on it. I will show you later. After Sarah from Three Little Potters used Magenta Sky, I'm obsessed with this glaze. Here I have a plate where I mixed different rests of different kinds of clay bodies. So this is like a marble look, and that's why I used like a celadon green on top of it to see the marbling effect through. Here I have a really like nice texture on this plate without feeling it, because the glaze made it flat and even. And this is my favorite clay. This is salt and pepper clay. And here I used a transfer on this plate, but I will reglaze it because it's a matte finish and I want to have it shiny. Another plate, they're getting bigger and bigger. Here, this amazing blue. This is a combination from two Laguna blues. It's Oasis blue and Aqua blue, like spilled on the plate together, and it's always like a fantastic shiny pretty looking blue. This is Coyote Crystal Celadon, and when you put it on a flat piece, it runs a lot, and then the different colors separate from each other. The crystal celadon splits into a green, a blue, a white, and it makes those little crystals which looks like snowflakes, and it's so pretty. I really love that. I had it before on a small plate, but this plate is a little bigger, so this is so pretty. And I think I have I used it also on a mug. I will show you in a second. And this is my last plate for today. It says, "Expect little from people, expect a lot from yourself, always be kind." So these were my plates. Now we keep on going with those little mugs I made, but before I show you those things I made for a friend, because she has problems with anxiety, I think it's the name of it. So sometimes she feels like overwhelmed, and then she has those little things in her pocket, and because of the glaze it has a nice soft touch and a little bit more rough on the other side, and she rub it in her pocket, and then she feels calm. So I have different sizes, different clay bodies, different colors, and you can also put little words in the sides. This is what you can do with some when you have rest clay, like tiny bits, which is not enough for making like such little plates. Then you can make those things. So let's go. We just go for it. With this one, I wrote down the glazes I used. So inside and on the top of the outside, I used copper blue from Coyote. Pretty. It's more like turquoise look. This color in the middle is also a Coyote glaze, is Sorcerer's Stone, I don't know. And this blue is blue purple, also from Coyote. This is really interesting. I tried it for the first time, this blue purple, and I will definitely use it again. This is pretty. And in this handle, I stamped some holes, yeah, to just make it like different from a normal. Next one, I have this mug. I used the same glazes inside and outside the mug, but you see that the color is more brilliant on the inside. It's green opal from Mako combined with aurora green, 2 layers each. So it's so pretty on the inside. And outside, I think the heat is different, and that's why it turned a little bit more brown, although the thickness of the glaze is the same. It looks way better in here. And this clay body is a marble clay, and yeah, this is how it looks. The next one is the same glaze I used for the plate I was so impressed of. This is Crystal Celadon from Coyote, and on a red clay body. And here I used like I wrote just with underglaze love on it, because I think it was a little bit boring. And then inside you see the same effect like on the plate, that the different colors separated, and then you see like the snowflakes at the bottom of the mug. This is so pretty, and also these little drippings are so pretty. Look at this. Can you see how gorgeous it turned out? So Crystal Celadon is really like a favorite glaze. So, and right now. Okay, next one. I was yesterday at a party, and I gave away one of my pink mugs. This is one of them, but this one is not so pretty. It is Luna Pink on the inside from Amako, and on the outside is Speedball Raspberry Fizz. Yeah, it's nothing special. But yesterday I gave away one pink mug where I combined so many different pinks I have, and yeah, on Instagram you will find it. On Instagram I post a lot of photos on my account with GLAZE combination. If you want them to hear, you can always DM me, ask me about what I used, and yeah, so maybe you have a look. So this is a pink mug. The next one is this one. This is a little weird. It is gunmetal green on the outside, and you know that gunmetal green, I liked it on dark clay because look how pretty it breaks over texture, and it turned out in different green and blue colors, but it's a runny glaze, and I had to grind it off everything on this side because when I took it off the shelf, half of the mug was connected with the bottom of the shelf. So, but I was lucky that I could fix it. It's like, it's fine. You know, because I don't sell any mugs, I don't mind if they have like little, like not so good looking parts. Here I used leather, Mako leather, and I always use the Mako leather for these parts of mugs. I have, I think, 3 more of those kinds of mugs. Inside I have Spectrum Soft Aqua combined with Aurora Green from Mako. And that's why you have this little spots where the crystals melt and the black spots. It's typical for Aurora Green. Yep. So let us see my next one. Oops, I'm sorry for shaking the camera. This one is Inside Spectrum Moonscape. It's a pretty blue which breaks on texture and like has different blues in there. And then outside is Spectrum Kiwi Fruit, also with the leather parts. And here around I use normally Amaco Palladium to make it a little bit more shiny. So you have the semi-matte leather and a little bit more shiny the Palladium for the details. This is a nice mug, and the texture Kiwi Fruit is such a nice color. I really like this combination a lot. Yeah, also the structure I like. I made one mug with, with the same structure, but I used another color, but let me check. But I gave it already away, and I made this color. This color is Sorcerer's Stone and Goldenrod Chino, and this combination I made with this structure, texture, and this was fantastic. I will definitely repeat that, and I liked it so much that I gave it as a present. So yeah, this is Goldenrod Chino, a really nice golden color, and this is Sorcerer's, it's so hard to pronounce, Stone from both Coyote Glazes. So I always touch my camera, so there are gone. Give me a second for the next one. So this one is Sunbeam from Amaco. I used it on the inside and also on the outside, but outside I add one layer of Mako Cenote. You can see, you really can see, maybe here a little bit where the little brown spots melted, you can see a little bit of a blue tone over the yellow. But what I don't like is the sunbeam on a flat surface on a dark clay body. This is not what I like. I also have this sunbeam on a speckled clay body. Let me check if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. And here you see that it looks so much better. This is another clay body, instead of this. And it looks, I think it looks better. Here I used the sunbeam inside and also on the whole mug outside. Then I add 1 layer of lemon meringue from Mako, and half of the mug I added stone denim, and you see that it went a little bit down, but without any drips. It looks more like even, and a blue-yellow combination is always nice. Yeah. So twice the same. This is hand built, this is thrown on the wheel. So you know now that sunbeam can be different. Now I'll show you another like highlight. This mug is really pretty. I used on this dark clay body, I used Coyote crazed copper, and you know that I love this glaze, almost like the crystal celadon. I love the crazed copper so much. Inside, so pretty, like a turquoise blue. And then I left this part unglazed because I thought it will run or make some drips here, but it did not. But it's fine. It's really like good looking. I like the pure clay. And here is also one glaze I really like. This is a bronze matte from Terra Color. It has like a rusty, old, used, shiny look. This is so pretty. So this is one of my favorites so far. Here I made a mistake. I saw in one of the videos on YouTube I watch when someone else make kiln openings, I saw that they used river birch in combination with honeydew. But normally the people use river birch from Emako with honeydew from Emako. But I don't have honeydew from Emako, I have coyote honeydew. So I used coyote honeydew over river birch, and look how it turned out. Not like I expected, but it is so like pastel-y. This little light turquoise, and it's a little pinkish and some yellow parts in it. Really pretty. And inside this is Emako tourmaline. Yeah, even, nice coat, no pinholes, so flat. Until, since I used the I'm so sorry that I always touch the camera. Until I used the Camille Hoffman slow cool firing schedule, I don't have any problems with pinholes anymore. It's so good, and the glazes which make crystals look always so pretty. And here I have a little bit like a transfer paper on the bottom to make it more interesting. Okay, next one is this. This is inside frosted topaz from Coyote, and also on top. It ran, here you can see that the color is more intense here, and here it shows more of the dark clay. This one is chai matte, and normally it looks lighter. It doesn't look so dark like a dark brick. It should be like a red brick, but yeah, it's like it is. I cannot change it. And I wrote some words in it. It says, time is a gift and a healer, but infinite. And here with this texture, I use Copper Float from Mako. I think I made it too thick. That's why it turned out so dark. Yeah, and it loses a little bit of the texture on the bottom. Next one. This is a cute little mug with some nice design, like highlights. I started to use this this like detail again because I overlapped this mug and then I cut it into a 3-foot. And here I used the same thing and I made the handle like separate. So the blue handle from the top, the unglazed handle from the bottom, and here it's connected. I really like that detail. And the blue, it's Night Rain from Amako, is really, really, really pretty. It's stable, and that's why you can see the pure clay on the bottom. It's a marbled clay and it's so pretty. It really is. You can put it here. It looks great. I don't know how it looks, but it's special. This mug is really special. I hope one day I will have a guest at home, and whenever I asked someone to have a coffee with me, and then I said, okay, choose your mug. And then I hope that someone is choosing this mug and is falls in love with it, and then I say, okay, keep it, you know. Yeah, I like that. Next one, I'm a little bit disappointed about it. I used this Amako June bug glaze on the outside and snow on the inside. The problem is on the spots where they met, the June bug turned like blue and I really don't like it. So this is what I didn't expect, and I have no clue if I should keep it or if I should try to fix it. I don't know. Yeah, so that's a short view. Next one is also not my favorite. It's a really old one and I didn't glaze it for a while. It was best fired for at least a year. And I used inside and outside Coyote Crystal Celadon because I had those transfers on it and texture, and I wanted to like use a Celadon glaze to make it visible. Yeah, it says cherish. Yeah, nothing special. I don't like it that much. Okay, next one. This is one I really love. This is a glaze I threw on the wheel, and I used a new glaze I bought. It's a Spectrum Soft Red. I'm so sorry. I really feel sorry for that. I sit behind the camera and I always touch it when I want to touch the mug. So this is Soft Red, and because of the waves in here, it shows different colors, or yeah, it looks so pretty. I think the red clay makes it look so different, and even blue on some parts of the mug. Also soft red here, and then I covered it with Celadon Bloom. And look how amazing that combination is on this red clay body. I really, really love it. Soft red and Celadon Bloom on red clay. Look how pretty. Look how pretty it is. Next one is this, another mug I wanted to make look perfect. That's why I used this, because I'm so used to it to make it, and it always looks good, but I choose the wrong color for the part under it. It is Crystal Celadon, and the Celadon always run. And that's why you have like parts with a lot of glaze here and not so much glaze in here. And also I used the wrong color for the letters, so that's why they run also. It's not so pretty. That's why I wanted to give it as a present to a friend of mine, but I'm not giving it. I will do another one. Inside and on the rim of the outside, I used Spectrum Texture Kiwi Fruit, because this is always a glaze. You cannot make any mistake. It's always pretty. Okay, the next one. Here is one mug. I experimented with Angobe. I used, no, with inks. Amaco inks I used, yeah. I made like a slab of clay, and then I put this texture on it, and then I used the ink, Amaco ink, let it dry, and then I formed the mug. Also here, oh, I have to grind this a little bit. This is on bare clay looking, and here I added inside and outside, I added some glaze, Coyote Peacock Green. It's kind of cool. Yeah. It was a first try using the inks, and I think we have so many options, possibilities for using them. So yeah, looking forward to make more experiences with it. Oh, here is another mug, but this mug is not made by myself. I told you that I bought from one of the suppliers. I bought some mugs to have them here in case of friends bring their kids and they want to glaze something. And that last time I had some space in the kiln, and I decided to use one of those mugs and try a nice glaze combination. This combination inside and outside is similar. I used 3 Mako glazes, green opal inside the whole and outside completely. I glazed it, and then Mako Aurora Green, and then also Mako Olive Float, and that makes it so amazing. Check it out. It looks fantastic. Okay, while you see this, I change it into this. And this one is Grace Copper combined with Sorcerer's Stone, both Coyote glazes. It turned a little dark. Yeah, but it looks like there is a mug in a mug. You see that there is like this mug in this mug. Yeah, this is Grace Copper, and this is so pretty. This is kind of such a pretty turquoise color. It reminds me of an eye, you know, where you have these little lines in one eye. I like that color a lot. And now I show you the other one. This one is, oopsie. This one is terracotta chun blue on the inside. It's a really dark, nice blue. I think in the beginning I showed you a plate with the same color. And outside I had like mottled blue from Coyote, and I added one layer of river birch over the blue, and that's why you have those little brown spots everywhere. And here in the bare clay I have the words "Own Your Worth." And this clay is also like marbled. And here at the handle I have like something to rest your thumb to make it easier to hold it. What a nice, pretty mug. Okay, now we come here to those two. This is a mug and a little bowl where I used the same glazes. I had Mako, wintergreen, and olive float from Mako, and then I add some soft green from Spectrum. So you have different clay bodies, that's why it turned out a little bit different. Here I have again this marbled clay. It hurt you know, when you have those rough clays on the throwing wheel, it hurts you because it's like scratching your skin, but it looks pretty, the combination. And here I have a lighter clay, and that's why it also is a little lighter with the result at the end, but it's the same combination: wintergreen, olive float, and soft green. I think it's more bluish on this side. Yeah, no, it's the same blue here. Okay, the next one I really don't like, but I want to show you anyways. This is a to-go cup. I have a car, and the cup holder are so tiny that all the to-go cups I made so far don't fit. And that's why I made this weird form to try if this will work. And yeah, I had Maiku Ivy, Crystal Celadon from Coyote, and Midnight Rain from Amako. And it's just ugly. It's really not nice, and it has like little like spots because of the clay. The clay is not, it's sharp, you know, and it has all those how do you say it, little like pieces in the clay, which makes it rough. So it's not so nice, and also the color is not so nice, but it's the only one which fit in my cup holder in the car, and that's why I will use it until I have one which I really like better. Now I have same clay, these like really like rough looking marbled clay, and here I have a blue inside, mottled blue from Coyote, so pretty. And outside this is Ocean Drift from Amako, and I added a little bit snow, Amako snow on the top. I think where I add the snow, it turned a little bit more purple. You can see this is the Ocean Drift without any ads. And here is the part where I add this Amako snow. and it's a little bit like purplish, but not that bad. I like the form, and the blue inside is like amazing. Yeah, not bad, but oh, I have to make long arms to grab the other ones. Okay, now this one is coming. This one is a wheel thrown mug I made on the wheel, and I'm getting more and more proud of myself doing stuff on the wheel, because look, this form. I did this with my fingers and yeah, I was really scared to do that, but it worked out. And I think it worked out because this red clay is like really stable, and it's not so pretty, but it's easy to throw. And yeah, and on the other hand, it's like really thick. It's heavy weighted. So inside I used soft white from Spectrum combined with Spectrum Morning Glory. And outside there is Coyote Opal. And it's pretty. Really, really pretty. And you see how shiny it is, that there is no even one pinhole at all. And you know, I'm so proud of it. I'm glad that I followed your recommendations to try these slow cool programs to make less pinholes, and it worked out for me, so I'm so glad I did. So, and here is the next mug. You see, this time I have a lot of like blue, green, turquoise colors. This is what I always used, but this is a like heart-shaped mug. After I threw it on the wheel, I formed a little heart and add some transfer on it. And this is a mug or a cup I will give to a friend, because she loves to have like a chocolate ceremony or cacao ceremony. And in this ceremony, when you drink it out of a cup where you hold it like this, because you with the ceremony of the chocolate, you embrace the power the chocolate gives you, and you connect with the mother cacao. This is how the ceremony works, and that's why you don't need a handle for that. The only thing I'm not so happy about is the rose mist color. It's the Amaco glaze, and I didn't think that I made it too thin. It's a white clay body, and I used 3 coats of it, and it looks weird. It looks, yeah, it's fine. I won't reglaze it. And outside it's pretty because I also used the rose mist from Amaco, but I added Spectrum Shallot on top of it. And look how pretty that is. You see here at the rim how dark it is and how soft pink it's here, and it's just fantastic. I love it. I really love it. And because after making the video, I can give it to her when I see her next time. She's a client of mine, and I hope she will love it. And some more. Oh, I'm sorry. This is also a cup, and with this cup I used a combination I saw in so many videos of you. This is river birch combined with seaweed, and seaweed on its own is not special, but when you combine it with river birch or any other white color, it turned out so pretty. And inside it's river birch and seaweed on its own, and outside I added Mako Midnight Rain, one layer on top of it. And that's why it's a little bit more runny and a little bit darker, and it has a little bluish touch. Inside it's just this nice green, and outside it is a little bit darker. And here you can see I also used the seaweed river birch combination here. And when I wheel thrown this, and in here I had like a hole in the bottom, and I wanted to fix that, so I made this little Christmas tree, and I made this here, and I used the river birch color inside, so it looked like a snowy winter wonderland, and with the Christmas tree in the middle, and outside it's river birch and seaweed like in combination. So this, I'm so happy that I watch all of your videos on YouTube where you show your glazing results, and that I can use those experiences you make for myself. And yeah, thank you so much for, I mean all of you, for sharing all your glazing results. Two more and then we are finished. Okay, this one is a one fire mug. I threw this mug and it was really like small, and it was so long waiting for bisque firing. It was already dried out completely. And then I was glazing and I thought, maybe I can just try it and add glaze on the bone-dried mug. And I used acai matte from Emako, and inside I used Emako Snow. And here I made some acai matte, which turned out blue, which I don't like. I really don't like. It's the same with the June bug from Emako. When you combine it with snow, it turns blue. Maybe this is what snow makes out of those colors. But this is my first mug I just fired once. And I didn't test it yet with hot water. But the glaze looks good. I felt like a little bit, when I glazed it, I felt a little bit insecure because, you know, it's not so stable. But to make like easy glazing stuff, you can definitely try to make just one firing. And now, last but definitely not least, this is my favorite mug. This mug, I used different transfers and different engobe colors like turquoise, blue, white, black and green. And over the engobe I made like those transfers, like little different textures, and these trees and the mountains. And here is a deer, can you see that? And here is a little camper van. And why I did that? Because I ordered myself a new camper van, and I will get it next week, and then I will do a trip through Europe to the north of Europe on my own, through a lot of new countries I have to explore. And I will take this mug with me and have my morning coffee next to the van in it. So this gives me a little, already a little bit of like excitement. Inside, this is Oasis Blue with Aqua Blue from Laguna. And I showed you also on the plate before that this combination makes such a shiny, fantastic looking blue, which is not comparable with any other blue I know. So this combination is so pretty. So with this mug, I will say bye-bye to you. Oh, no, 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 no. I have something I forgot to show you. It's too big to fit in the picture. I made like a, how do you say that? It's not a plate, it's like for serving plate. And it's kind of flat. Do you see? I'm so glad. It's not cracked, it's not like, it's flat, it doesn't move, and it has a nice leopard transfer on the back. And I use textured kiwi fruit for the glazing on the textured surface. It's so nice and pretty. How can I do it? Look! Look how pretty it is. Yeah, and with this, I will now say bye-bye to you, and I promise next time you will see my face again. I try to heal as quick as possible. I have a concussion, they said, and I had a amnesia. I think I told you before. Yeah, this is how it is. So I have to heal, not just from the outside, also from the inside. And when I'm back, I will let you know. Bye-bye.